I have been walking here thinking about what I wanted to say today. You know, it's just, I have all these thoughts, all these different ways I want to go with today's video. And it's just nothing of the ideas are just sticking. Like little bits and pieces, I'm like, oh, I like that. But like, nothing that's suitable to have a whole video of. We're out on a walk, of course, because that's my daily thing. It's kind of we have time together, my son and I, who, by the way, his name is Royal. I know I've always said my son, but I hate saying that. I just feel like I'm leaving you guys out. And I've kind of protected his name because, you know, it's special to me. And, you know, it's who he is. He's Royal. And so I've been kind of, you know, overly protective about that, but I decided to trust you guys with my son's name. Isn't this just a beautiful budding relationship here? There's little Blondie McGee talking to himself. I mean, I have so many things I want to say, because for once, like this is the first time in a long time, I kind of just feel at peace. I'm not anxious about anything. I'm not having overwhelming thoughts. I'm not having any negative thoughts. I'm just like, no, today's gonna be an okay day. It may not be perfect. It may not be spectacular, if I can say that word and hiccup. But it's gonna be an okay day, because I'm gonna make it an okay day. It might even be a good day, but if not, you know, at least it'll stay okay. And I guess that's what I kind of want to talk about perspective and, you know, keeping a good attitude no matter what. Because that is like one of the hardest things, but it's the most important thing, I think, when it comes to anxiety. Because we get so wrapped up in our thoughts, in our feelings, in our worries, that we forget that this life's pretty dang awesome. We get so wrapped up in the negativity that we don't see the beauty that's all around us. Like, look at that bush. Isn't that beautiful? Now, if I was in a bad mood, I would just walk past that bush, wrapped up in my own thoughts, just thinking about how life sucks, or, you know, how I'm not in the shape that I want to be. Whose fault is that? Who ate all those hamburgers while I was asleep? And my leg itches. And I know it's just, when you're in a bad mood, you're like, I don't want to look at a stupid bush. That's just pointless. But it really isn't. I mean, that bush took time and effort to grow those beautiful blooms and become a pretty bush. And look at these trees. Isn't it gorgeous? And yes, some of you might say even, these trees give me allergies, like it does me. My head will throb by the time I get home because of all the pollen that's in the air. And I'll just feel lousy and sick and tired. But it's not going to stop me from enjoying them. I just wish I could take allergy medicine without a horrible reaction. I haven't found an allergy medicine that works for me. But you know what? That's okay. I'll take a couple ibuprofen and then go water my garden, which is sprouting. Oh, I love going out in my garden. They have sprouted so much since the past 2 days. Things that I thought weren't going to grow up, except for the peppers. Darn you, peppers. But anyways, that's not perspective I want to. But, you know, do you understand what I mean? It's hard. It really is hard when you're all wrapped up in, you know, a gloomy blanket of doom. And you want to sulk in that blanket and you want to wrap yourself tighter in it because, you know, you just don't want to face the world. And the blanket helps hold in all that anger and stuff. At least that's what it's like for me. And I'm just like, I don't deserve to be happy, so I'm not going to be happy. And everybody else around me better not be happy either. Or I'll do something. I was going to say poop a popsicle, but that didn't make sense. And it sounded kind of dirty. Then it made me think of fudgesicles, and that made me never want to eat a fudgesicle again. But yeah, I really hope I made my point. It's just to have a good perspective on life. Because life is literally what you make it. I mean, I keep on thinking about this dude. I really wish I could remember his name so I could go get his book. He was a Jewish dude who was in a concentration camp during World War II. I don't know if he was a shrink before he went in or after he came out. I think it was before he came in, and they tortured him daily. And they did horrible things to him emotionally and physically, and just bless you. He thinks sneezes are so funny. It's so cute. He'll sneeze and then get this huge smile and laugh. Anyways, they just were horrible to him. Nazis aren't nice. And he came out. And usually, the people that actually came out of that situation, they were horribly scarred. And, they couldn't go on with their lives because of all the torment they had. And yet he came out, and he was fine because he made the most of it. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I remember hearing the story in my scripture study class. They mentioned it because they use him as an example of, eternal perspective of not letting the things get to you. Oh my gosh, these dogs just scared me. Oh my gosh. They came out of nowhere. Hi, puppies. I just had a heart attack. Just a tiny one. I'm not gonna go across. Okay. That was terrifying. Hi. Anyways, and he came out and he wrote a book about it. And I really wish I could remember his name. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Because if you do, I feel really embarrassed because I probably just butchered his story and probably just said the wrong complete thing. But he had a really funny name, and I wrote it down somewhere, and I need to find where he wrote it down. Oh no! Oh no, Bubba! What happened, Cookie Face? What happened, Cookie Face? Did that bump scare you? I'm sorry. Can you say hi to the camera?
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. It's a car. Hi. Say hi. Anyways, he had a really funny name. Hi. And I just was so inspired by his story. I'm like, yes, I'm not gonna let anything get to me. And then next day I'm like, why does everything suck? Rah! Completely forgot his story and his whole life and stuff. And I'm like, my life sucks. And I get like that, and I'm human. I can do that, but it's good not to get wrapped up in that. I mean, if he can go through all that torturement and still come out and write a book about still staying happy and stuff through all that, you can get through whatever you're going through, because you're not being tortured right now except for what's going on in your head or emotionally. And you're stronger than that. I know you are, because I just found out that I'm stronger than my feelings, than the depression or the anxiety. And once you figure that out, you start getting more pieces of that puzzle. And when the more pieces you get, the more freer you feel. And yeah, you'll have bad days. You might even have bad weeks. But that doesn't mean it's going to last forever. You can't think it's going to last forever, because then you start believing it's going to last forever, and then you get stuck in that loop again. So that's just my thought. I'm having an up day, so it's easy for me to think about that. And yeah, I feel happy, and I really wish I could feel like this all the time. I mean, not all the time, because like I said, if my parents died or someone else close to me died, I wouldn't be like, oh, now they're gone, they've gone to heaven, how good for them. I'd be sad, of course, because they left me. But it's just to have that perspective that no matter what happens, you're gonna be okay, and there's people out there that love and support you. And even if there's not people immediately in your life, I love and support you guys, because you guys love and support me. And not just because of that, but I know where you guys are coming from. I know your feelings. I know how crappy it can be, especially when you think that there's no one out there for you. But just know that I'm always here. I'm always here to answer questions or just be a support, because I have some awesome people in my life, and I would like to pass that on to other people. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It's very pretty, except, there's a lot of clouds, but they're white clouds, so they're not scary. Not that black clouds are scary. I hope that wasn't racist. But I hope you guys just have a fantastic day. And I'll talk to you later. And things will get better. Because I said so. And my word is final. So, yeah, things will get better.